What's going on, guys? Back again with another dash cam installation video. This time I'm gonna be installing this Living PAI LP10 Pro dash camera to my 2018 Volkswagen Atlas. Just picked this up last week. So one of the first things I'm planning on doing is installing a dash cam. Planning on putting the camera either on this side or right underneath this rear view mirror. Let me make it a little bit brighter for you guys, but as you can see, you have plenty of options on where you want to put it. It just comes down to, since the front window is pretty big, I'm planning on doing it like every other install. I'm gonna fish the wires through up here along the side, and I saw one other video of someone that did a dash cam install already on an Atlas, but thought I'd just post it for you guys. Then I'm gonna hardwire it into back here. Let me get those glasses out of there. And then back here is where the fuse box is. I'll pop that open in just a little bit. This should be a straightforward install, nothing too complicated. But I thought it was worth posting since there's not too many videos out there for Volkswagen Atlases. But back to the dash camera itself, I'll put a link in here where you can skip ahead to the straight installation part for anyone that doesn't want to know about this dash cam specifically. One reason why I bought this camera, not only the price, but it has a Wi-Fi capability and it's 4K. So this is going to be my first 4K dash camera. So according to the reviews, the quality is pretty unbelievable. So I forgot the frame rates per second, what they were on this. Can't remember if they were 30 or if it was 60. But yeah. Once I have it installed, I'll put an additional video just showing some of the footage. But another thing with this kit is it comes with a suction cup or an actual mounting kit, and I always like using this. I'm not a fan of suction cup. I think it looks a little tacky. But what it comes with is those two things. Some cables. Oh, and it also comes with a GPS. So with the GPS module, you can track your speed and your where you're at. So this plugs in right next to the dash cam, and then you just need to mount this. I don't know if it needs to be mounted above the car or if I could put it underneath behind the fuse box. We'll figure that out. Not that big of a deal either. And then cigarette lighter, but I'm not a fan of cigarette lighters, so I bought this hard wiring kit. Just taps into the fuse box. Plenty of videos on installations like this. Nothing too complicated, but straightforward. Just comes with some fuses, different fuses depending on your car, make and model, and pry bar. But here's the camera itself. I literally just opened it up before I started recording, so we are looking at this thing together now. So it has a very, very sleek design. You know, looks pretty clean. Plenty of options. Alright, let's get this thing started now. Alright, so starting the installation. Above the rear view mirror, there's some sort of casing. I don't know what this item is used for, but just stuck in a pry tool up here. Popped it out very, very slowly, and just looks like some push pins, or not push pins, just some pieces that push into place. So I'm gonna try to, I don't need this to come all the way down. This is a good start for me. because I think I'm planning on putting the camera like right over here. So if you're sitting right here, the camera will be sitting right here above the, I think it'll be a little bit visible by the driver's side, because I like not having any camera visible when you're driving, just so you can focus on the road more. But I think that's the best spot that I can use for this camera, since up here there's a chance that it may not stick that well over a long period of time, and that's the best angle I think that I could get with the camera to cover the whole front end. It is 170 degrees, so it should be able to cover it pretty well, but just putting it right there I think would be the best option. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I got that down, I'm just going to start fishing the wire through. That way, that's usually the hardest part, just for a clean look. So I'll probably just fish the wire. I'll probably start on this side, so I'll leave the mini USB on this side and then pull the wire up here through this and just pop this closed, and then once again, like I said earlier, just run the wire through here, down this, and then into back of here. Okay, there we go. So I was messing up. So what's up here is a little like tab right up here. So when you're trying to open this thing up, so if this thing is closed, so I'll recreate it. So pretty much that's it closed. To open it up, just go like this, push on that, and it pops right out. And then that's gonna be thrown over there, and then that's where the fuse box is. So I'm gonna go watch that video again to figure out which fuse that guy tapped into before, just to save some time on installation. And then I'll start the video up again at that point once I got that step done. Alright, so just an update for what I've done so far. Like I said, I fished the wire through. I did pop out this panel and this panel. These are the two pieces. They're not held in with any screws or anything. They're just regular. They can just pop right out. Not too tough to take that out. So what I did was I just fished the wire up. I applied a little bit of pressure here, and then I put the plastic pry bar, which is right here. I just jammed it into here. I was able to just wedge it in and pop this thing open. So I just pretty much just fished the line all the way through around here. Can't really see it because the wire's hidden pretty well. And then I gotta just notice that mark. I did buy this car used, so I have to clean that up. And then I ran the wire right along here. It's hidden pretty well. And then you can see some of the wire right there, and then we just ran it all the way down, and then here's the end of it. So now that I got that done, what I'm gonna start to do is now start doing this fuse box. Alright, so I just figured out the wiring setup. So per the video that I've been watching, I'm just, like I said, I'm doing the same setup as him. I'm going to link that in this description for you guys, so you guys can check that out too, if you haven't already seen it. But on the bottom, like the gentleman said, I'm going to be tapping into slot 37, which is the left headlight. It's right next to those 2 10 amp fuses. So pretty much the way, if anyone's not familiar with how these fuses work, is all you need to do is just find the correct one that fits, put the original fuse on the inside, and then what will happen is your kit will more than likely come with a fuse already In this case, I think blue is 15 or 20, but I'm gonna put the camera down for a second, see if I can show you guys. But pretty much, I'm just gonna put this this 15 amp fuse that came with the kit on the outside. Yep. Make sure that's in. And then I'm gonna have to use two hands for this part, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it into that empty slot that is right over there for anyone that cannot see. And I apologize for the poor camera angles. I just do not have a good camera setup right now to show you guys everything. But let me put the camera down for a second and then I'll show you guys. So there we go. I got the fuse, the tap fuse in. I just plugged in this power and my ground is up there. That's a 10mm bolt. I just loosen it up, pop the ground in, and what should happen now is if I turn the car on, the fuse, the dash camera should turn on, and there it goes, turning on. And then one more thing that I'm gonna do is just to verify the testing is go through the different settings. So just want to make sure everything is coming on still. Yep. Camera works with all the features. All the settings for the headlight. So now that I got that figured out, so we just turn the car off so the dash camera turns off too. Exactly how I want it. So now what I'm going to do is just start cleaning this mess up, probably zip tie stuff together, and I will start the video up again after I got all of that finalized, just so you guys can see. Alright guys, just wanted to post an update now. I decided to run the GPS wire the same way, so both the wires are going to be sitting, here's one, here's the other. Camera's probably going to be somewhere like right here. I'm gonna tuck the wires as much as I can into this, and then what I decided was I fish both the mini USB and the GPS wire through here, but rather than putting the GPS down there, in case of, I don't know if GPS modules have to be higher up on vehicles, because this is my first time ever having a dash cam with a GPS capability, so you can't really see it, but I but I was able to, there's like almost like a gap in here, and I put the little GPS module or whatever into this little compartment that was here. So pretty much the GPS wires going from here to right here, and the thing is, it's not even that long of a wire, and they gave you a 3M like double side tape option, so you could put the GPS module like up here, but I really want to limit the amount of stuff on my windshield, so I think one thing, which is just a dash cam, is more than enough, and putting the GPS in here should be more than okay. I think. I mean, if I come across any issues like the speedometer's not reading correctly on it, or it's not recording my coordinates, then I will more than likely move it out. But I don't see there being any issues with it being so, like, it's pretty much as near to the window as it could be. So I don't foresee any issues coming up. But one more thing before I start closing this stuff up. So I just got a zip tie, and then rather than putting the stuff in, like leaving the converter for the the hardwiring kit in here. I was able to just find a good spot right over here, so I just zip tied all those wires together. I'm gonna start closing this stuff up because everything's working, and then I will then show you guys the completed product. Alright, so I just finished up, put everything back together on the car, made sure no wires are showing, and just wanted to show you guys the dash cam running one more time. So that's with the camera on. I already checked that the Wi-Fi and the app work just fine, so there's no issues with that. GPS module I'll test when I go out on the road to drive. One great thing about this camera is it gives you a light to let you know that it's recording, so that's good to know. Let me know what you guys think, any complaints, recommendations, anything you want to know about the camera. I will probably post a separate video because this video will probably be a little bit too long of the actual dash cam footage for anyone.